Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chantal Gerardi. If you're new, if you're old, thank you so much for tuning into this video and watching my home cooked series. I knew I was supposed to upload this last week, but then we didn't have electricity, one, and I had so many orders that I needed to get through for Research Gerardi, so I really did not have the time. But I'm here today and we're going to be making my absolute favorite Sadza, Muboora and pork chops. Like, that is a meal fit for a queen. But yeah, that's what we're going to be making today. If you hear background noise, I'm sorry, that's my brother. He's watching Transformers, so it's going to get a little bit intense in here. But anyway, so we're going to start out by preparing our pork chops because that's what goes into the oven first. I'm going to roast them. We're just trying to stay away from fat, and they also have fat, so you don't want to add any more fat than you need to. So I'm going to roast those and then make my salsa, put it on the stove, and then show you guys how I prepare muboora or pumpkin leaves with peanut butter. So if you want to see how this recipe ends, please stay tuned and watch the video. So my tray is ready. I've put butter into it and I'm going to season my chops with some salt, black pepper, paprika and rosemary and some pesto. If you guys don't have pesto, you can get it at Pick n Pay. It's going for about $11.50 bond, or you can make your own. Google how to make pesto, Google the type of pesto you want. You can get basil, you can get coriander, you can get whatever you want, and Google what you need. Go to Food Lovers Market, get the freshest herbs, and you can make your own. As long as you've got a blender, anything is possible. So I'm going to show you guys in greater detail what I'm doing when I transfer the meat into the oven tray. So now that we're in here, we do the same thing. So what I was just doing is I'm going to put my salt. You can use regular salt. I'm just using this for aesthetics. But yeah, you can use regular salt. And then you take your black pepper, and this is very tricky, look at the way that it's done, so just be very careful. You don't want it to be overwhelming, so you just lightly season with the black pepper. You know, if you put like a little bit, you can always put more rather than putting so much and then you have to remove it. So you just lightly season with your black pepper, and then you can go in with your paprika. You know, just add a little bit of heat. So I love my paprika. I don't have cayenne. You can substitute with cayenne pepper if you have that. Just depends with what you like and what your taste like. So you can do, after you're done, you can just try to like put it into the meat inside, like marinating it. So this gives it color, makes it look yummy, and yeah. So once you're done, then you can add your pesto or whatever it is that you have. You can make your own pesto at home, or you can buy it in Pick n Pay. I saw it for like 12 bond. So yeah. So you put your pesto in. What I like to do is to like sort of do this with a knife, like I'm cutting it. I don't know, it just makes me so happy. And I do that with the rest of the meat. Then when you're done, you can add your can you see? Rosemary. Like sprinkle. You don't want too much. Just for flavor and that beautiful smell to be coming out of. So that is you done. And then you have your garlic. So what you can do is just what I like to do is just put a little bit of butter on top as well where the garlic is. So this is what your meat will look like before it goes into the oven. So whilst you have been preparing your meat, your oven should have been like preheating on like 160 degrees Celsius, and you can just pop it in there for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then you change sides in between just to see how crispy it is and how well cooked it is to your liking. I like my meat very well cooked, so I leave it in there, and then when I hear it sizzling or like after like 10 minutes, then I will change the sides, and then I will for like another 5-7 minutes, and then I'll be done. So now whilst that is in there for like 10 minutes, we can start on the Sadza. I'm sure you guys know how to make Sadza. Tango pambira Sadza rako, and then put hot water into it until it boils, and then leave it alone for like 15 minutes depending on how big the pot is. We're already cooking for 3 people, so it's probably just going to be like 10 to 12 minutes, and then do it more. And then whilst the chikwata, then I'll start on my Muboora. So yeah, let's get to that. So now tauda kugadzira muboora wedu, our pumpkin leaves. What you just do, you wash them and then you peel them, you menya them, because anda kumenyiwa wamenya, and then you roughly cut them up. If it's fresh, it will take 7 to 10 minutes or even less to be done. So you just taste it, put it into your pot, add your salt and your hot water, and close it for like 7 minutes, and then taste it. If it's done to your liking, remove it. If it's not, then leave it on for like 3 more minutes and you're done. Add boiled water. I think the faster it cooks, the better for me. Yeah, so when you're with your water, add your water, sorry, and that was in the way, I'm sorry about that. Add your water and then close your lid, and wopambira satsarako. If your muboora is very, very fresh, it doesn't have to cook for a long time. 5 to 7 minutes, it should be done. 5 to 7 minutes, it should be done, and this is what it should be like. So you just drain it out of water and then you put it aside, and then use the same pot to cook your onions and your tomatoes. So after like 10 minutes, take your meat out of the oven and change the sides. Make sure you don't put the garlic on the bottom. Just remove it and put it on the other meat, and just change and put it back. Put it back. You don't want it to burn on the bottom. Just put it back onto the other side that didn't have the garlic. And yeah, you can add more spices if you want, but make sure your meat is not overwhelming with spices, because you still need the natural taste of the meat. When you've put that back, we want to make our pap. So you just take your mini meal of choice. I like chibataura, it's filling, it's healthy, and my mom forces me to eat it, so abana did. So yeah, I usually pump it with cold water, because I did a bit of mapundu in my Sadza. So safest method, pump it in cold water, and then you add your hot water. So now I'm just taking my muboora off the stove, and now I'm adding my water into my Sadza, and yeah, just stir it until atanga kukwata, and you will be good to go. Now I am just making the soup for the muboora. So you start with your onions finely chopped, you fry them until they are well done. Make sure your onion is properly cooked through. You don't want to taste it in the muboora. Make sure it's properly and just well done, and then you will add your tomatoes. Once your onions are well cooked, you will add your tomatoes, and I did waste my tomatoes, so we just put a little bit of water into the bowl that had the tomatoes, and make sure everything goes into the pot. My tomatoes are good dura, guys, so yeah, that's what I was doing there, making sure nothing's left behind. And now your tomatoes, just stir them, make sure everything's cooking well, and then wotanga zvako kupambira sadza rako. Make sure it's on low heat so that it doesn't burn. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to stir my tomatoes. Done. And now pambira sadza. So once you're done with your sadza wa mona rakushinyira, you can take your muboora and you can put it into the pot with your soup when it's done. So you just mix that together and just have it cooking for a little bit, like a minute or so, and just stir it, close the pot, and just make sure you're preparing your peanut butter to go in, and lower the heat. You don't want the peanut butter to burn. So once you're done with that, just to make sure my settings are correct, and you will be good to go. Your meal is almost done. Almost, guys. Add your peanut butter and mix your vegetables with the peanut butter, and you are good to go. Everything is done. So this is the final meal. Your sadza and your pork with your muboora. So your pork chops, your sadza, and everything is done. Everything is done. Quick, easy, super delicious, and super healthy. See?